Hi, my name is Timothy Garza. I'm 22 years old. I graduated from Bradford High School in 2020. And the purpose of this is just to share some of the various experiences that have shaped my journey. So, to start off, I jumped into basic courses at BC right out of high school with the goal of transferring to Texas A&M University to study business. But due to a lack of passion and difficulty envisioning myself in that field, I ended up dropping out. And my parents were super upset, but they told me I just had to do something. So I ended up getting a job as a lifeguard at the Lake Jackson Rec Center, where I met some awesome people, some awesome Christian people who really encouraged me in the faith and helped me to take my faith to the next level, which was huge for me at the time. So while I was still a lifeguard, I ended up going back to BC, but this time to become an instrumentation technician, or at least to get the certification to hopefully get a job at the plant. And so yeah, while I was still taking those courses, I actually ended up getting a new job at Discount Tire, where I met my best friend Steven, who studies biblical languages at Houston Christian University, and he still does. So that was cool. But yeah, so while I was working at Discount Tire and taking those classes, I actually got the opportunity to go on my first mission trip to Kenya, Africa with my church. And that trip was huge. The faith and the endurance of the locals there profoundly changed my perspective and even my whole view on life. And so this is a rungu. This is a symbol that you're a man in Africa. So yeah, after that, I discovered that I really loved missions and I wanted to go on more. So I talked to one of my friends who was connected to a missionary, and we ended up planning a trip to visit him in Southeast Asia in the winter of 2022. And so we ended up living in his house for a whole month, staying over there for a whole month. It was awesome, but there was a lot of difficulties, a lot of challenges. But it was overall an amazing trip. And this is 100,000 kip, which is really $7 US, which is a lot over there. But yeah, one of the key things that happened while I was over there was the missionary was talking to us about the Greek, which is one of the languages that the Bible is written in, and it was just super interesting. I really liked it a lot. So yeah, and he later on ended up having a conversation with us, just asking us like if we could do anything, if we could learn anything, what would it be? And for me, my answer was biblical languages. So whenever I got back to the States, I decided to actually pursue that, and that's where I've been ever since. This is actually my third time at BC. Now my goal is to finish my basic courses and transfer to Houston Christian University to study biblical languages. And so yeah, that's me, and that's where I'm at.